Welcome everyone to our session on getting involved. My name is Jill Knob and I'm at the Belmont campus in Bettendorf. We have a couple other people joining us later who will be presenting on ways to get involved on their campuses. So first, let's talk about our clubs and organizations and how to get involved on campus. The first thing that I want to just kind of talk about are why it's important. So there's a couple of reasons why I think getting involved at your college campus is a priority. And I'm going to name a couple of reasons, but know that the list is pretty long. So the first reason that I believe it's important to join a club and organization is you'll learn more about yourself, your goals, and your strengths. You can find out what you're good at, whether it's multitasking, being organized, or just being able to generate ideas. Self-awareness will be beneficial to you in your future. The second thing second reason why I think joining a club or being a part of an organization is important is I believe that you'll learn how to work with a team or work within a team. Again, I believe this is an essential skill for when you are in college, as well as once you've graduated and join the workforce. Being able to be a part of a team is so important, and it's usually a question that in an interview that employers ask. So I think getting this experience while you're here is a great thing. The third reason why I believe joining a club or organization is important is I believe you'll learn leadership skills. Being a leader or an officer in one of the clubs or organizations that we have here at Eastern Iowa is valuable for the rest of your life, professionally as well as personally. Being a leader and being confident is, like I said, in person, or I'm sorry, personally, or within an organization or within your job, being able to speak and gain that confidence is something that you're going to be able to learn while you're here in a club or organization. Another reason I believe it's important is you'll get the opportunity to network. Networking is so important, whether it's networking with students in the classroom or students, with people outside in the community. But within the club and an organization, obviously you'll network with the students, you'll get to know them. One of the best introductions that I hear is during our orientation. We talk about the person next to you might be your future employer. You never know. So always make those connections, always introduce yourself. But within these clubs and organizations, they do allow the opportunity to go out into our community and be a part of events and be a part of just seminars or gatherings that people are hosting, and networking within those events and meeting new people, and again, potentially talking to a future employer are so important, and being involved allows you to have those opportunities. So lastly, probably the most important is you could have fun. Our clubs and organizations all range anywhere between academic clubs or organizations to just fun extracurricular groups. So we're going to go into that in a second, but all five of those are so important to remember, but remember that list is very long. So consider joining a club and organization and getting involved when you come to Eastern Iowa. First, I just wanted to talk a little bit about Clinton Community College and what they kind of have to offer in terms of clubs and organizations. I've listed a couple. Obviously, Student Senate, which oversees all of their clubs and organizations. They have a dance club, a fiber arts club, journalism, nursing, gaming, and SNAP. So all of these are examples of potential groups that you can join. We have Matthew with us today, who's an academic advisor, as well as the gaming club advisor. And I'm going to let him speak just real quick about the gaming club. Matt?
Thanks, Jill. Yeah, my name is Matt Endres. I'm an academic advisor at Clinton Community College. It's sort of the role that I'm playing today. The Gaming Guild is one of the sort of prominent clubs at the Clinton campus, focusing on mostly tabletop gaming, though we do some kind of video game related stuff as well. We have weekly events. So they're on Wednesday every week, there's something going on. We have open game nights, which are just kind of everybody gets together and plays either one of the very many games we have in our library, or they bring a game they'd like to play. And then on the other Wednesdays, we have a Dungeons and Dragons sessions that have attended. Right now, we have 3 groups of Dungeons and Dragons that play on a bi-weekly basis. I'd also just mention that the Gaming Guild is the 4-time award-winning Gaming Guild. We've been the Club of the Year here at the Clinton campus for 4 years running. So a lot of ways to have fun and hopefully learn a few things as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. Again, moving on to Scott Community College. Again, this is where I am housed. I just noticed that the slide says exactly what Clinton has. We don't have a student senate. We have what we call student government at Scott. And some of the clubs that we have here, again, we have that PTK club. We have all of our auto clubs. We have an art club. We have an engineering club, a math club, nursing club, theater, veterans club. We have a volunteer club that's housed down at our urban campus. Again, I kind of oversee our student government. We have leadership opportunities within our student government. So typically we have a president and at least a treasurer or a vice president or somebody else to kind of support them. And then in each club and organization, we do ask that everybody has a president. And so that's an opportunity, again, for you to take a leadership role. And then lastly, we have Muscatine Community College. They do have a student senate like Clinton does. They have PTK, AMS, the SCNA, VTA, Music, Silver and Blue Volunteer Club, the Theater Club, Business Professionals, Marketing, and SNAP. Today we have Marie with us, who is the Associate Professor of Biology, as well as the PTK Advisor, and she's going to kind of explain a little bit about what PTK has to offer.
Hi, thanks, Jill. I am the PTK Advisor on the Muscatine campus. So just to share a little bit about PTK, this would be common for all 3 of our chapters. We are the International Academic Honor Society for 2-year colleges. In order to become a member, our students are required to have a minimum 3.5 GPA with 12 college credits. And recently, our membership has been extending more and more to high school students because they are taking classes concurrently. So all those college credits that they get in high school, that counts toward those 12 credits. We offer our membership to all types of students, the high school, online, concurrent, anyone. And the things we do throughout the year, we are an academic honor society, but our organization is also focused on like service and promoting leadership skills and fellowship within the club. So we have a couple of big projects, a college project and an honors and action project that we work on throughout the year. We collaborate with administration for our college project. This is something that is to serve and benefit the college. Our honors and action project is a combination research service project. Our members have access to millions of dollars of scholarship funds, which is a huge benefit of PTK. These scholarships are available for students at all levels, whether they're getting a diploma or a certificate, associates, or if they're transferring to a 4-year, we have scholarships for them. We have opportunities for them to develop leadership skills and also potential to travel to attend regional and national events and network with other chapters.
Awesome. Thanks, Marie. Oh, there's some of the benefits as well as reasons to join. So you can go ahead and read through some of those. And there's a picture of some of Muscatine's PTK students.
Yeah, these are our students. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say those were our group of students that we inducted in this past fall semester, including four of our officers. Perfect. And they wear the yellow stoles. They'll also get to wear those at graduation to recognize them as PTK members.
Awesome. Thanks, Marie. I appreciate you joining us today. Activities on campus. So obviously you have the option to get involved and become a part of an organization or a club, but maybe that's just not your thing, and that's okay. But know that all of Clinton, Scott, and Muscatine do host events and activities on campus. So ways to find out about what's going on. Obviously, we send out a lot of emails. Sometimes it can get overwhelming, but if you're seeing emails come from your activities person at the school, take some time, just quick look through it, see what's going on. There's always something for somebody. So make sure you're checking your emails. Always check the EACC Connect calendar. We post our events on there as well. And then there's postings all around campus about things that are going on. We put at Scott, we've put calendars up on our doors. Clubs will post things down in the cafeteria. They'll post things around campus or post little sheets of paper around the campus hallways. So just be kind of alert when you're walking around and kind of taking in what we have to offer. So I will say, I know at Scott, and I'm pretty sure at Clinton Muscatine, a lot of our stuff always involves food, which usually gets students to come. So make sure you try to check something out, weekly, monthly, whatever you feel kind of fits in with your schedule. So another area EACC takes pride in is that we are military, and so we are a military and supportive school, and are dedicated to serving our veterans and our military families. So Sherry's here today to talk to us a little bit about some of the services that we offer.
Okay, thanks, Jill. My name is Sherry, and I'm the Military and Veteran Student Affairs Facilitator for the district. And so I cover both SCC, CCC, and MCC campuses. So you'll find me on any of those campuses pretty much weekly. I'm at Clinton Community College on Wednesdays, Muscatine every other Monday, and all the rest of the time I'm here at the Scott campus. So my role is just to be an advocate for our veteran and military students, to help them find the resources that they need to make that transition from military to higher education, and just be an advocate for them. And so that's kind of what my role is. What you see on the slide right now is our commitment to our military and veterans. And so I've just highlighted some things that Eastern Iowa has. Eastern Iowa has as in support of our military and veteran students. So we do offer in-state tuition. So regardless of where you are, so if you're an online student and you're located in California and you're a military student or a veteran student, you can still have the online tuition fee for us. If you're across the river in Illinois, still in-state tuition. So those are the things, that's something that's a benefit to you. We have priority enrollment. What that means is there are different time periods where new students can register for classes and current students can register for classes. Usually current students can register a week or two up before the new students do. But as a military service member or a veteran, you can, and if you're a new student, you can enroll when the current students do. Just another little perk. So you can get the classes that you want, and you don't have to wait for a couple of weeks before you can register. We are a home-based Iowa certified higher academic military partner, and I'm just going to call that CHAMPS for short. But what that means, there's a lot of criteria that you have to meet as a higher education institution to become a CHAMPS partner. And so just some 3 highlights of what we offer that make us a CHAMPS school is that we have a veteran coordinator, which is myself, that is solely there to help and provide support for our veterans. We also have study areas and centers where our veteran students to go in just specifically for them, safe spaces for them to talk to one another, to get to know one another, and to study. And we're going to have some slides here in a minute that are showing you that actual veteran centers at all the different locations. And the biggest one, I think, one of the biggest ones is the defer payment. If you're a military or veteran student and you're using any kind of military funding or veteran funding, such as GI Bill or tuition assistance, a lot of times that funding will not get to the college prior to your college experience starting. So you're going to start classes and the money's not going to be here. So what we try to do for all of our students that are military or veteran and that are using these benefits is we'll put a code in the system so that you're not dropped from your classes for non-payment before the classes start, because we know that money is coming eventually. So we want you to keep on path, keep on your academic path and continue on. So we kind of hold you in that seat. And then when the VA comes in and pays the money, you're good to go, everything is fine. But we want to make sure that you are set to go on that. Oh, she just advanced the slide. Can you go back one slide?
Yeah.
Jill? Okay. So those are some of the things for the champs. Now, the last thing that you see on this bullet is support military commitments. I think this is a huge one. If you are currently serving in the military, whether it's be active, National Guard, or reserve, you may be called up during a school year or semester. So you're in the middle of school in your semester, and all of a sudden you get orders that you have to report somewhere within 2 weeks. And it could be for helping with COVID relief. We've had students that are activated because they have to give COVID shots, or they have to do COVID testing, or a variety of different things. We help and try to support you in your military commitments. So if you're in the middle of that semester, you can talk to your instructor, you can talk about getting an I, which is an incomplete, holding you in that class, holding in you kind of in a holding pattern. So when you get back from your deployment or your activation, you can continue on and finish up the school year. If it's earlier in the semester, you have the option to drop with no penalty. Just again, whatever it is, if that happens to you, let us know so we can help you navigate what your options are so that you continue on and that you don't have a bill to the college. Now you can go to the next slide, Jill. Sorry. These are all the different education benefits that our veteran and military students use. Some of them you can use multiple ones at one time. Every situation is different. So I always say, if you are unsure what your education benefits are, you can always talk to me, because National Guard, Reserve, active duty, veterans, there's so many different options out there, and there's so many different branches of service. So they all have their own uniqueness to them. GI Bill is for our veteran students. Tuition assistance is normally for those still serving. Could be active, National Guard, Reserve, or any branch of service. I do want to talk about the Army credentialing assistance, which is somewhat new. The Army has provided some funding for their currently serving Army members to attend non-credit continuing education courses that lead to certifications and licensures. Right now, EICC is approved for 3 of those, and they're through our continuing education department. Those 3 programs are CompTIA A+ certification courses, PMP, project management professional courses, and certified personal trainer. So those are the 3 that are approved through the Army's credentialing assistance. So if that's something that's of interest to you and you are currently serving Army service member, just keep that in mind. Let us know if you have questions, and we can get you going on that. We have a lot of Iowa National Guard members, so Iowa National Guard scholarship is a big one. And then of course, federal financial aid. All right, next slide, please. So here are a picture of our veterans lounges. You'll see on the left is the Muscatine, Clinton on the right, and Scott in the bottom. All of them have tables, chairs, computers. There's a CAT card reader for those of you that's common access card. You'll have that if you're in the National Guard, Reserves, or Army, and it just helps you get into some of the things that you might need to get into. We have refrigerators, microwaves, coffee makers. It just depends on the lounge, but they're available to you as a student every time the campus is open. Next slide. We have veteran student activities. These are just some pictures of some of the ones. These are actual EICC students in action. You'll see that we had axe throwing, that's on the left. We went bowling one time, that is on the right. We have a glass blowing at Hot Glass in Davenport, and that's what you'll see in the bottom middle there. And then just last night, we had an archery event. So that those pictures have not made the slides yet, but just to let you know, there are things that happen throughout the year for our veteran students to just build camaraderie, help them to be together and experience the challenges of higher ed together, if you will. Next slide. And then the last thing I have is some of the things that we do as a college district to honor our veterans. The top middle you'll see is our Veterans Day flag raising ceremony. The three people that you see doing the flag raising are National Guard members. 2 of the 3 are Scott students. And they provided a flag raising ceremony at the Scott campus on Veterans Day this year. Bottom left, PTK I know has already spoken. So the PTK offices at CCC and MCC, and then staff and faculty at Scott all participated in collecting holiday cards for troops overseas. So they collected the cards, they got them signed, and then we got them sent to troops overseas. We do that pretty much every year just to brighten their day while they're serving overseas. So those are just some ways that we try to honor our veterans throughout the school year. Next slide. Are there any questions for me? That was a lot in a short period of time. Hearing none, I guess it's up to you, Jill.
All right, thank you, Sherry.
Yep.
The last thing that I just want to talk to you about, another opportunity or a way to get involved in college. At Scott Community College, we offer athletics. We offer cross country, men and women's, as well as soccer, men and women's. In these pictures, you'll see the women's soccer team. Our head coach for, again, the women is on the left. His name is Todd. And on the right, the far right, his name is Mike. And then 2 of our men's soccer players are on the left-hand side. And then our cross-country team is along the bottom. We have our head coach is in the back right, whose name is Evan. A great reason, obviously, to join one of our athletic teams is to be a part of a team. Again, at the very beginning, I spoke about how important it is to learn how to be a part of a team. There's no better way here. So it's wonderful to see these students all get together, and they kind of go as a cohort while they're here. Their friendships last a lifetime. And a lot of students, I believe, in high school who think that they're done playing, soccer or running. This is a great opportunity. Again, it's kind of that transition into that college piece. They start in August. Both sports, cross country and soccer, are fall sports. And so they both start practicing in August. And so even before they go into the classroom, they get to bond and they get to know each other. A lot of the students end up taking the same classes. So it's nice for when they travel, they get to work on schoolwork together. We do offer some of our courses as a live online option. And so some of them will even get to participate in their classroom while traveling if that is what they're doing. So both teams travel across the state of Iowa to participate. Some of them go into some of our soccer games do go into the Chicagoland area, as well as Minnesota and Nebraska. As well as other parts of Illinois, I guess, too. We do play Blackhawk, which is just right across the river. Our cross-country team does stay within, no, that's not true. They do go into Illinois, but then they just mostly stay in Iowa. So another fun reason to join the soccer team or the cross-country team is they do travel. They do both have a couple overnight trips that are involved. And so I know that they always look forward to doing that. So last thing I want to just mention about our athletic programs are, I mentioned it earlier, a lot of them think that they're done when they're in high school, but a great reason to join one of our teams is the fact that we do offer scholarships. So our coaches look at each athlete individually and decide on talent and academics. So we look at both of those, which are super important. We do emphasize that coming to Scott, you are here first and foremost because of academics. But obviously we do want to reward you for your talent. So that is usually an incentive for students to come here, especially now that Blackhawk Across the River is participating in soccer. So it's definitely a challenge for us to get, not a challenge, but when recruiting, they do now have the opportunity to go across the river or come here. So that scholarship piece is usually an incentive for students to come here. So cross country, soccer, if it's something that you are currently involved in and you would like to learn more about, this is my information. Feel free to email me. We can get together. We can connect with one of the coaches. If it's about joining a club or organization, I have a list that I can email you about current clubs. I know that Clinton Muscatine as well have a list. And I know that it shows both the advisor information as well as a phone number to contact. So that is what we have today about getting involved on campus. Again, any questions, please feel free to reach out. Don't hesitate. I know that at all three of our campuses, it definitely enhances your experience at college, and nobody ever looks back and thinks, why did I do that? So if there's no further questions, are there any questions today that I can answer or that one of us can answer? Okay, I pulled up the chat, what Snap Club is. So that club, I believe, is at Clinton. And I actually have to look this up because I'm not as familiar with their clubs and organizations, but
I could say something about that,
okay,
Jill,
yeah.
if you'd like. Yeah. I'll say that the Snap Club is the second greatest nerd organization on the CCC campus. It is sort of an IT or like students who are interested in information technology, whether it's networking or computer programming. That's an organization for those students to get together and talk about their interests and help each other study and just kind of plan and organize that sort of thing. So it's sort of the IT club.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. Any other questions for us? All right. Well, if there are no other questions, again, I'm Jill Knob. We had Matt, Sherry, and Marie with us today, and I appreciate their time and thank them. And again, contact us if you have any questions, and hopefully we'll talk to you guys all soon. Thank you.